Football in Italy has never simply been a game. It has been identity, politics, artistry, and conflict woven into 90 minutes. In the stadiums of Milan, Turin, Rome, and Naples, football became a mirror of the nation itself, its pride, its divisions, and its evolution. Serie A did not rise through consistency alone. It was shaped by moments, sudden, seismic shifts that altered clubs, careers, and the trajectory of the sport itself. Some moments built empires, others destroyed them, and a few changed football forever. The arrival that changed everything. Silvio Berlusconi and the reinvention of AC Milan. In 1986, Italian football stood at a crossroads. Financial instability plagued clubs, infrastructure lagged behind Europe, and the dominance of the league was under quiet threat. Then came Silvio Berlusconi. When he acquired AC Milan, the club was on the brink of collapse. Relegated, burdened with debt, and lacking direction, Milan was far from the giant it once was. Berlusconi did not simply invest money. He imposed vision. Training methods were modernized. Nutrition, tactics, and preparation became scientific. Most importantly, he brought in Arrigo Sacchi, a man who had never played professional football but possessed revolutionary ideas. Sacchi dismantled traditional Italian defensive conservatism. In its place, he built a pressing, high-line system that demanded synchronization, intelligence, and relentless movement. The result was transformative. Players like Franco Baresi, Paolo Maldini, and Marco van Basten became part of a machine that redefined football in Italy and beyond. Serie A was no longer just a defensive league. It became the most advanced tactical environment in the world. Maradona and the South's Revolution. For decades, Italian football had been dominated by the North. Clubs like Juventus FC, Inter Milan, and AC Milan held economic and sporting superiority. The South watched. Then, in 1984, everything changed. Diego Maradona arrived at SSC Napoli. It was not just a transfer, it was a rebellion. Napoli had never won the league. The city itself was marginalized economically and culturally. Maradona became more than a player. He became a symbol of defiance. In the 1986-87 season, Napoli won their first Serie A title. The impact was immeasurable. For the first time, the established order was broken. The dominance of the North was challenged by brilliance, passion, and belief. Maradona's success changed the perception of what was possible in Serie A. It proved that greatness could emerge from anywhere. The globalization of Serie A in the 1990s. The 1990s marked the golden era of Italian football. It was not defined by a single moment, but by a convergence of power. Serie A became the destination for the world's greatest players. Roberto Baggio, George Weah, Zinedine Zidane, and Ronaldo Nazario all found their stage in Italy. Television rights expanded globally. Stadiums filled with international audiences. Serie A was no longer just Italy's league. It was the world's league. This period changed football economics permanently. It established the blueprint for global broadcasting deals and international branding. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. The Bosman ruling and the shift of power. In 1995, a legal decision in Europe quietly reshaped football. The Bosman ruling allowed players to move freely at the end of their contracts. For Serie A, this was both opportunity and threat. Italian clubs, once dominant due to financial strength, now faced increased competition across Europe. The monopoly on talent began to weaken. The balance of power started to shift. And while Serie A remained strong, the seeds of decline had been planted. Calciopoli, the scandal that shook Italian football. In 2006, Serie A faced its darkest moment. The Calciopoli scandal exposed systemic corruption involving referees, club officials, and league authorities. At the center stood Juventus. The consequences were severe. Juventus FC was stripped of titles and relegated to Serie B. Other clubs faced point deductions and sanctions. But the impact extended far beyond punishment. Trust was shattered. The global reputation of Serie A suffered deeply. Sponsors withdrew. Viewership declined. For the first time in decades, Italian football was no longer the pinnacle. Calciopoli did not just punish clubs, it altered the trajectory of the league itself.
The rebirth of Juventus. Relegation could have ended Juventus. Instead, it became the foundation of resurgence. Led by figures like Alessandro Del Piero, the club chose loyalty over abandonment. Key players stayed, guiding Juventus back to Serie A. Years later, under Antonio Conte, Juventus rebuilt with relentless discipline. What followed was unprecedented. 9 consecutive Serie A titles. It was domination forged from adversity. Juventus's return reshaped competitive standards in Italy. It established a new era of consistency and control, rarely seen in modern football. Inter Milan's treble and Italian pride restored. In 2010, Italian football found redemption. Under Jose Mourinho, Inter Milan achieved something no Italian club had ever done. They won the treble. Serie A, Coppa Italia, and the UEFA Champions League. It was more than success. It was a statement. After years of decline following Calciopoli, Inter's triumph restored pride to Italian football on the global stage. It proved that Serie A could still produce champions capable of conquering Europe. The tactical evolution of modern Serie A. While other leagues prioritized pace and physicality, Serie A adapted. Managers like Massimiliano Allegri and Maurizio Sarri introduced new tactical philosophies. Sarri's Napoli emphasized fluid passing and positional play. Allegri's Juventus mastered adaptability and control. Serie A evolved from rigid defensive systems into a league of strategic diversity. This transformation preserved its identity while embracing modern football. The rise of Atalanta and the disruption of hierarchy. For decades, success in Italy was reserved for giants. Then came Atalanta BC. Under Gianpiero Gasparini, Atalanta redefined expectations. They played fearless, attacking football. They developed young talent. They challenged established powers. Their rise was not accidental. It was structural. Atalanta proved that innovation and belief could disrupt hierarchy in modern football. It marked a shift toward competitiveness across the league. Cristiano Ronaldo and the return of global attention. In 2018, Serie A made headlines worldwide. Cristiano Ronaldo joined Juventus. The transfer was symbolic. It signaled Serie A's ambition to reclaim global relevance. Ronaldo brought attention, goals, and commercial impact. But more importantly, he elevated expectations. Italian football was once again part of the global conversation. The pandemic and football without fans. In 2020, football faced an unprecedented crisis. The COVID-19 forced Serie A to suspend matches. When football returned, it did so in silence. Empty stadiums. No chants. No atmosphere. For a league defined by passion, the absence of fans changed the experience entirely. Financial losses mounted. Clubs struggled. But the league endured. And in doing so, it demonstrated resilience in the face of global uncertainty. Napoli's modern triumph and the return of dreams. Decades after Maradona, Napoli rose again. In the 2022-23 season, they captured the Serie A title with a new generation of players. The victory was not just about success, it was about continuity. A reminder that history does not disappear, it echoes. Napoli's triumph reconnected past and present, proving that the spirit of Maradona still lived within the club. The ongoing transformation of Serie A. Today, Serie A stands in a state of evolution. Financial restructuring, youth development, and tactical innovation continue to shape its future. Clubs are rebuilding identities. The league is rediscovering balance. And while challenges remain, the foundation for resurgence is clear. Closing reflection. History is not defined by seasons. It is defined by moments. Moments that shift power. Moments that inspire belief. Moments that expose weakness. From Berlusconi's revolution to Maradona's defiance. From Calciopoli's secount to Juventus's resurrection. From Inter's European triumph to the modern rise of Napoli. Each moment has left an imprint on Serie A. Together, they form a story not just of football, but of transformation. A league shaped by brilliance and controversy, by dominance and disruption, by legacy and reinvention. Serie A is not simply a competition. It is history in motion, and its story is still being written.